Hi, I'm the Scrub and you're here for one reason. Everyone in the circle will come down with a sudden case of death. No, I'm not kidding. Go get your job stone. You'd never know we're in the South Shroud, would you? Listen up, Kupo. For the love of Heidel and do not destroy the eggs. The power of Magitech versus the power of God and anime. And you know what this dungeon needs? More balls. Oh, that's good stuff. Hi everyone, thank you so much for 1,000 subscribers. And just recently I found out I got YouTube Partner as well. I never thought that this would happen to someone like me, where I can have fun, help people learn the game that I enjoy the most, and try to bring a smile to someone's face every day, while having the possibility of being paid to do so. I will have to apologize to all of my friends who I pester about helping me for the next possible guide, but they have been a huge help and the guides wouldn't be able to be made without their assistance. So to all of my friends, I'm sorry for everything in the future, and thank you so much for being there for me. And to everyone else who has watched one of my guides, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. It really does mean a lot to me, and I don't think I can convey how much this has changed my perspective on life. But without further ado, let's get into the Q&A. It is a long story, but the TLDR version is that I was harassed by a few select individuals back in Stormblood, and after getting reassurance from my friends and FC members, I decided to throw the toxicity back in their face by vowing to outdo them while being an apparent scrub. I hope that I've ended up becoming a better player since then, and I feel like I came out on top as well because I know at least one of them deleted their character and another one hasn't logged in for years. I had a spread in my FC ask for a guide for a dungeon that was recently updated, and after searching around, I didn't really see any short and concise, fully updated guides to any dungeon. And during the content drought of Endwalker, I decided to throw my knowledge into the pile and do it myself. And I've since really enjoyed making the guides, and I thought, now I'll just continue to do it. That's actually how I feel comfortable reading a script. Talking slowly isn't something that I find particularly engaging, as my mind is already moving quickly, so my mouth moving just as fast sorta helps that process out. And I take inspiration from other YouTubers to speak quickly. People like Yahtzee Crowshaw and Joe Cat are good examples of this. Basically, I just feel that talking faster is my more natural approach to things. Plus, if I was to talk slowly in some of my longer videos, the guides will be over 20 minutes long, and I can't think of anyone that will want to watch a 20-minute guide for a 12-minute long dungeon. I'd probably redo most of A Realm Reborn because it did take me a while to find my footing for what I felt comfortable with. That's not to say that I'm not proud of what I've made. I'm really happy with what I've done, but looking back on it now, I know I could make it better. More than likely, no. I do enjoy the anonymity that comes with voice acting, but if I get popular enough, then maybe I will. I've already got ideas for tanking and healing guides, and I'm working on relic guides for every expansion, but if you mean the stuff like the Final Fantasy drama and the news, I'll leave those to the other popular YouTubers who are used to that sort of thing, or at worst, I'll leave it to Reddit. It's a possibility, but it would be very far into the future when I've finished all of the other content that I'd like to do. But at this stage, that's quite far into the future. Considering how much Extremes and Savages change when they're able to be unsynced, my guides wouldn't really hold up after the expansion is done. But I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. I'll be honest, I don't think I'll ever get as popular as the other guide makers like Miztech and the like. But if you want to leave a like, a comment, or you'd like to subscribe, I'm always grateful and truly appreciative if you want to do any of those things. It does mean a lot to me that you enjoy my content. I just don't want anyone to feel like I'm forcing them to follow me. Again, thank you everyone for my first 1,000 subscribers. I hope to continue to bring you more guides as we progress through the game, and fingers crossed that I'll be able to smash out a lot more guides before we get to the beginning of Dawn Trail. My name is The Scrub. Thank you for watching.